Episode 65.
It's cracking.
What's up? What's up, Stan?
What's going on, Ken? What's up, Ryan?
We got Ryan from Little Feeders down there.
How y'all
Feedings. I messed up the title. I said Feeders, and Kurtwood's got to bust my balls and call me out on it. Like, I'm redneck. Like, feedings, feeders, what's the difference? But I get it. It's
all
the
the same
name.
but different.
Yeah, it's all the same but different. Absolutely. Stan gets me. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So how you doing, Ryan?
Good. How are y'all?
We're doing all right. Let's see who's out there in the chat. We got James Perry rolling up in here first. What's up, James? JNS.
Good, James.
Get ready, Stan. We got to do it. What up, Brave?
What's up, Brave?
Things are coming in, dude. I'm double dipping. I'm always double dipping.
Ain't nothing new.
Nope, not new. Not new with this one, double dipping either. Double dipping.
Nothing new after two, baby. Nothing new after two.
I like that. Nothing new after two.
That's a good old work slang. When you work outside, that's some good old work slang. Nothing new after two.
Right? Because I ain't starting nothing new after 2 o'clock. I get that.
You heard?
What up, bro?
What's good, bro?
How's it going, dude?
Another one of the COD squad.
COD
COD squad.
See, I told you there's Kurtwood busting my balls, but, he can't even, spell right. He got yo and foo.
What up, Kurt?
But what up, brother? We love you.
He's got yo tiddlies fool. Yo tiddlies fool.
Tittle foo. I don't know what that is. I took it as title full, and I seen it. Oh. I caught it. But I didn't change it because there were 30 seconds left. What up, Tom? From upstate.
What's going on, Tom?
Thanks for coming in, brother.
As always, we support over here.
Yeah. Lakers. Cool mofo. What up, dude? There must be some kind of auction on tonight because, Rocks was down in numbers earlier than it usually was. Justin was down. I mean, we're down a little. What up, Laura?
No, I don't think there's an auction on. What's going on, Laura?
Could be the
Not that I know of.
Ball game. What's up? We'll get you blue here in a second.
Slacking.
There's Green Line Jay. What's up, brother? How's it going?
Good, Jay?
Scrolling on down. We got Joe from Mercury Morphs.
Joe in the
What
building.
up, Joe? What do you know, Joe? Hey, Joe. Where you going with that gun in your hand? And last we got Manna.
Bands in the building.
If I missed anyone, I'm a little stoned, but I think I'm good. All right, Stan, you want to handle that from here on out?
Yeah, I got you.
You got me, brother. Thank God for Stan.
Let me put this on over here. Y'all need some shipping, you know where to go.
Red line. We all read over here. All I just wanted to take a moment and I wanted to applaud my co-host Stan because him taking over the chat like this and running your comments, it's amazing. I was used to doing it myself, and now that I don't have to do it, I'm just like,
now you can do a lot of this.
This is like awesome. I mean, even if my balls itch, I could scratch my nuts right now, and that's just like
whoa. That's going a little deep. That
went a little deep. But so I heard a good joke this weekend, and I wanted to start off with it because we like to keep it light here, and this is a funny good joke. But what does a deaf gynecologist do?
Did anyone else's brain go dirty right away?
It probably is because it's a deaf gynecologist. But they read lips.
What's good, Elias?
They read lips. Deaf gynecologists read lips. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought I'd share it with y'all.
You think they're reading Braille when they read lips, or?
I mean, Braille's for blind people, not deaf people. I mean,
Well, I mean, when I'm not sure.
could you imagine if like a woman had a real bad case of genital warts and you had a blind gynecologist? He wouldn't know what the hell's going on. Bill, what up, Bill? I seen Elias rolled in here too.
In that case, he better learn the Braille, like Ryan just said, then, huh?
Yeah, he better get that Braille down. All right, well, we're going off topic here. We can't keep in the gutter all night. I mean, like touch base with it, but Ryan, I wanted to ask you a little bit and talk to you. Like you've been very successful on YouTube before. I mean, you've had a channel with over 20,000, subscribers, and you was rocking it out as he disappeared.
Yeah, no. I'm lagging. I might have to swap devices.
I was like, he's running.
No. It's not what I'm trying to do.
But you walked away from it, and I mean, that was a pretty hard decision to do. I mean, you had to be making some kind of money off of it, and it's not really all about the money sometimes, but still, you walked away from a successful page, and I mean, I'd like to touch base on that and find out, the ins and outs with it. Like, even how did you grow, like, some tricks? How did you grow your page like that? And I mean, I know you touched base on it before, like saying clips, like cutting your clips and your lives and breaking them down. And my lazy ass just hasn't done that yet. But I've been busy, so it's not been lazy. But so yeah, why did you walk away from it, dude?
Well, I walked away from it because that channel, I don't know if you mentioned it in the beginning of this question, was based around live feedings. So I just fed my rodents rats that were live, obviously. And,
right.
I mean, if once upon a time the breeding thing wasn't so saturated. Like,
right.
When you got on YouTube and you looked up reptiles, it was someone's grandma, someone's uncle, and some kid that just got his first pet. And then it turned into...
What up, Tommy?
Then it turned into a whole bunch of people that were trying to make $1 off of them, creating projects, trying to create a community and all that stuff.
Rudy!
And I was around before all that started popping off.
Right.
And so when I started meeting up with, and I've been doing my thing for a long time. Of course, I caught some hate from some people, but never really in the reptile community. It was always just people who didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Don't you love them people?
Yeah. And then, so once I started mingling around with people, who did reptiles, and I understood what they were saying. You know what I mean? But to me, it always came across like, like when you talk about live, you talk about frozen thawed, before you get into too much.
What's up, David?
It's really about how you're going to be viewed and, what's right for the animal. You know what I mean?
Right. I get that. And I do. But, I mean, I would just like to see, and we was talking backstage about this a little bit, and my wheels turned, and I would just like to see how it would be if Petco or, like, everywhere else would sell live feed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to resort to frozen thawed, because from my understanding of what was said backstage, that's why this is around, the frozen thawed, because you can't just go buy a live rat in Petco or PetSmart or whatever.
I don't think it's totally the full reason it's around.
But it's not the whole reason.
Yeah, it's not the whole reason, but it does. I mean, you can't get any rodents from Petco or PetSmart, so you got to know a local reptile shop that hopefully has live feeders. So therefore, when you're trying to sell your animals, everybody wants to put them on frozen thawed because it's easier to sell, because nobody has a problem going to Petco or PetSmart and get a frozen thawed.
Right.
Me personally, I feed live. You want to knock me for it? Knock me for it. They can't find a fucking freezer in the woods. So why should you feed your animal a frozen thawed?
Have you ever seen?
If you take 20 rats out and thaw them out, and you got 20 animals, and only 10 of those animals eat, that means you got to take 10 rodents and throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
If I have a live animal and it doesn't eat, guess what? I throw him in the next tub, and if he doesn't eat, then he goes back in the tub he came from with the rest of his inmates.
Right.
Sorry, that's just the way it goes. It's just natural for them to eat live. If you want to make a video, that's everybody's sole choice. Nobody. It doesn't matter if you do it right, wrong. If you set it in there and you're not doing anything different than anybody else, someone's going to bash you. Your enclosure is dirty. You don't have the right substrate. You shouldn't feed live. There's always going to be a hater hating. Period. There's no way around it. And if you're doing it right, you will have haters.
The real softies, and then like the
go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
Like the real softies. You know what I mean? Because all this comes in waves. After one wave, you got another one, and it keeps building. So you had like the real soft people that always existed, and they weren't really part of the community, right? They were just commenting on your content,
right?
And they might have swayed your thoughts while you're trying to produce content for your niche that you were focused on, but they were just a random comment. And then you had people within your niche, the guy that bought I forgot who it was it like 3 years ago? It was a guy, he had what was it? It's not a monitor, it's a lizard, its tail comes off. It's down in Florida. They just got rid of him within the past 2 years.
It's on my tongue. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I can't.
The guy took a gecko and threw it in a cage with that lizard, and it tore its ass up. And then there's a lot of versus videos, so no one really wants to have fun.
No, I disagree with the versus.
Yeah, but it's not. It is versus, at heart, like for what it is. But they title it as
right.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing that to get views.
Yeah,
they're doing that to get views, and I mean, I think there's a big difference from what up, Rock, from people trying to create content for even just, hey, this is my snake eating. You know what I mean? This is how they eat. Get used to watching it. If you want to own a snake, this is what it is every time. And like, you remember probably like a year and a half ago over there in Germany, they did that study to where they're saying, what up, Justin, that ball pythons that live with enrichment like have a bigger brain than ones that don't. Do you remember that study that they did? I'm wondering.
I believe it.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering. Well, every species like that is domesticated has a smaller brain than its wild counterpart. If you look at that, like wolves have a bigger brain than huskies. They're dogs that are really close to like them, and that just happens when you domesticate an animal because it don't have to hunt for food. So I'm wondering if these ones that have the shrunken brain wasn't fed frozen thawed. They don't got to do nothing. They get lazy. They sit there and eat. Even if they have enrichment, they kind of lose that niche that I got to kill this to eat or it's going to hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's a lot more to it than I think people really care to look at. They just see the rat and that poor rat. But yet the next video is some cat eating the head of the rat and they're calling it cute. I mean, it's just, it pisses me off. I mean, to be honest with you, it's bullshit. And like, I kind of feel that you've been unjust, like, you've been wrong, kind of, like, for walking away. I don't think you should have walked away, dude. I mean, I would have supported you if I was around. What up, Justin? I'd have been on your side. Just saying.
He's still here. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He just got a new name.
He got a new name. All right, he's trying to get it.
Disconnected.
No, that's
'cause
Ryan.
He's got everything. He's got everything. The COD squad's got everything hooked up for COD over there.
Yeah, they got to switch it all around. But I don't know. That is a really touchy topic, like in the community, and I really just don't think it should be. I mean, I like Tim from Intrepid, but he's a firm believer of feeding, frozen thaw. I like Nick from 666. Don't have a problem with him. And he's a firm believer of feeding frozen thaw. And I even get the point that it's an easier selling point that you're feeding, that it's feeding on frozen thaw. But they're a wild animal, and this is what they do in the wild. So why is it wrong? What's up, Smay?
Mate.
And I even get the whole thing of, well, it's a cornered animal, this, and you're not giving the rat a fair opportunity. But why should we give it a fair opportunity? This is how we got to feed our animals. If your dog only ate live rats, you would feed your dog live rats, no problem.
You know what I don't understand about the live feedings either? So they want to, shadow ban or ban somebody for feeding live, right? YouTube or whatever.
Right.
But yet you can get the guys on here with pellet guns that go down to Miami and shoot iguanas out of the trees all day long, and they put it live. Does that make any sense? I mean, it's dumb.
There's a double-sided sword to this. Hold on. Yeah. There's a double-sided sword to this, and it's just like we kind of get the shitty end of both sticks.
I mean, it's the same thing with hunting videos. If you watch hunting videos on YouTube, come on. I mean, there's no blood and gore coming out of the rodent because the snake grabbed it, but they'll show some pretty gruesome shit on here if it's,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, man, dude over there in Afghanistan might have stepped on a landmine. They'll show you that. You know what I mean?
I feel like
God forbid if you're trying to feed your animal.
I feel like it's too far gone now. You know what I mean? Because most people, they have just enough money. Think about the average kid. Think about the average person. They have just enough money to get their first reptile, which was my case. They had just enough money to get the first reptile. And then obviously, without purposely getting one, they had a camera. Logan? So they were able to record and post, without a problem.
Right.
And then they would have something to build off of on that. Now what you're requiring is, because the market's so saturated, is one, you need to have something new or exciting to bring to the table as, personality, intellect, stuff like that. And you can't just try to slowly build on it. Like for me, I had one reptile. I bought another one. So I had 3. And then that's when the channel really started growing. And basically, a few of the reptiles were hand-me-downs. And one of them, Kimber, my desert ball python, I purchased myself at a reptile show, at a Repticon.
Right.
So like, if you alienate certain things, you're gonna kill future content creators. You know what I mean? Because like when it came to me, I left, and my goal wasn't to feed live all the time forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it got to the point to where it was just like, you know what, it's my time, I guess. This whole thing that I got into is starting to change, and it's leaving without me. So now everybody else I meet, has an IQ perceivably of 100, and I need to step back because, when they hop on a live, or, they're talking to their friends, it's all about genes, it's all about this, it's all about that. So now the YouTube market, I believe, is going to be full of people who feel like, not that it's true, but feel like that they're not allowed in because they feel like they do at school, like they do in front of their parents or their friends socially, that they're probably not cool enough to hop in because they're not smart enough. They're not able to build any type of money any other way to try to grow in it. Because I obtained a lot of animals after I started getting paid. I think you were going to ask me how much I was making. I think it was like $400 to $800 a month. So that was paying for all my reptiles. They're all eating good. They're all healthy. That never came out of my pocket. That YouTube money was just extra money. I don't know who else could just be happy with $800 being given to them to feed their animals. I don't know what other businesses would accept that, but I took it and I decided to grow what I had, and it really lunged me forwards, and it gave me the chance to stop worrying, and it gave me a chance to start learning. I started getting new animals. It got to the point to where I got general snapper, I got my common snapper turtle, and
General Snapper.
yeah. So I got general snapper, and I fed him a couple live things, real small. And then I did a pinky one day, and I was like, mm-mm, no. I was like, I can't do this. I can't be posting that. I was like, hell no. Because when they bite, they'll push down, they'll take those claws, and they'll just push and shred. I was like, oh, no, this is the end of this, because I want to buy different animals, and I had my ideas. I'm like, oh, man, this one will fuck that up even more. So I was like, no, 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 no. I had my cat mentally, but not my story won't be the same for everybody else to come, and my story probably, isn't as pure as the ones to come. But I had a cap. I was ready to stop, and I just wanted to make my money, and I wanted to keep growing and doing my thing. Some people take loans to build their reptile hobby. Some people save their money and take a loan, or just save their money and dive in. I was getting paid to dive in, but it got to the point to where everything was just moving so quickly one direction, and every damn lamb, sheep, horse, calf was running off this one hill, talking one way. I was like, well, I'm not like that, so I can't do that. I can't talk genes. I can't do all this other stuff. I'm trying. I'm doing it the best I can. I'm at work all day, so I'm doing my thing. But when I collect that money between the 20th and the 26th, from YouTube, I kind of dabble back into it, but I had to step away. It was too much hate, and it wasn't cool because they brought my kids into it. There's a lot of blogs and posts, and they have my picture and my ex-wife's face on there of my children talking about feeding them to animals, doing the same thing I'm doing to these rodents, which, you know what I mean, guys, right? Like, you're just feeding your animal. The same thing I'm doing to these rodents to my kids, but the way they depict it through text is substantially worse than how I went about it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to step away because this is getting too crazy. I'm just trying to feed my animals. It was cool. It was paying me. Maybe I'm a unicorn. Maybe my channel just took off and it's unique, and I started getting paid. Cool, but I don't think I deserved all the nasty stuff that came with it. I don't think any person deserves that. Unless they're doing
Absolutely not
grotesque or something.
That's a bummer, dude. Like, I didn't know it was like that. Like, wow.
They came after my family. They came after everything, dude. And that's when I deleted my Facebook like 10, 15 years ago. I deleted my Facebook, and I deleted everything that had to do with Ryan. Anything that had to do with me has never existed online unless y'all got to know Little Feedings, 3D Everything, Freedom Off Road, unless you got to know Fixed Scarlet from gaming, unless you got to know these entities and my name was Ryan. There's never been another personal ever since then page for myself and photos I want to save and share with family. There's never been anything since.
Right. That just kind of sucks. I mean, I get that people could see hate for live feeding, but it's not worth threatening family over. That's crazy. What's up, Tammy?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well.
See, I'm that type of friend. If I was around, I'd have been like, "What's your doorstep? Here, let me come bang your kid's head off the wall."
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked though. This guy, I found him. I found who was doing all this. He had a lot of followers, though, but I know where the main person lives or used to live.
I wouldn't bang a kid's head off the wall unless they did that to mine or something. Just saying.
Yeah, but I just I just took a step back because it wasn't worth it. Because I like going to these shows, and my favorite thing was taking my kids to them. But I
Right?
had to literally just stop doing all that. It sucked because they love them.
Do you still have any reptiles?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I got a lot of reptiles.
I didn't know that you even had any because like you just don't talk about it or say about it or do about it.
Over,
I mean, I knew you had some kind of lizard or something, like maybe a monitor, but that's about it.
I yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't have as many reptiles as y'all, but I have quite a few.
That's
But
cool.
and then I'll keep anything. There is nothing I won't keep. We'll put it like that. And I don't. I love to learn and I love the experience. And it's just I don't. I don't like caps, man. I want to learn it all. I want to be a part of it all. I want to have experience in it all.
Right.
So
Like, I mean, me walking into this, I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing. I just bought a snake and fell in love with breeding these things. And that's one of the major reasons why I started my channel, because I wanted to invite breeders on and pick their brain and, teach me. Let me know, show. Teach me how to do this stuff. And, it kind of caught on, and I caught some flack along the way. But, you know what I mean? There's nothing about, coming after my family or kids. That would have been a little
Damn,
far
Chris
fetched.
must
What up,
talking about
Chris?
us like that. Ugly guys.
Hey, I'm
For
not the cutest.
yourself.
I'm not the cutest thing in this world, and that's okay.
Fuck, I
because, you
tell
know,
myself I'm handsome every day I look in the mirror, whether I am or not.
I did pretty well for myself in that direction, and I'm just gonna leave it go at that. I'm satisfied at the age of 45. I'll say that.
Damn, you look old.
I'm not that old. Do I look
45,
45, really? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
man.
gray right here.
Yeah, you're probably looking pushing 50,
Oh, come on.
52.
That's
So Ryan, you keep a lot of
Ryan's like 24.
pet snails and cockroaches over there?
yeah. I got all kinds of roaches, bro.
Florida's full of roaches. You ain't got to go far to find those.
Did they just run around your living room like Joe's apartment? I mean,
There are no
No,
roaches
no.
in my house.
No, those are palmetto bugs, Ken. Those are
they
palmetto
might not
bugs.
even remember Joe's apartment. That was like in
Some of our
94,
roaches are
95.
like linebackers down here.
Yeah, they'll run you out of home. They'll come in and kick you.
You
out of
just stomp your foot. They run the other way.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about Florida roaches. I've never been to Florida, so
Yeah, we got some crazy shit.
I bet.
We call them Madagascar cockroaches.
Those are them hissing cockroaches. They're like that big.
No.
What up,
The
Patrick?
cockroaches we
Good,
got, they're like 242.
What up,
They're like, oh shit.
They're calling cadences out and shit. Holy hell.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
So, Ryan, what do you plan on doing with your new channel that you got here? You planning on doing anything with it, or is it just on like a standby, or what's your outcome for your new one here?
My new one. So I've always liked gaming. And I got an Xbox not too long ago, and it kind of just like ignited that fire for me. But my goal for it is to make money off of it again. I logged into my old Twitch. I was still monetized because I used to be a Twitch affiliate, and created a channel for it on YouTube. Rebranded the name. It was Old Glory Gaming. Now it's Fixed Scarlet, and
You're
yeah.
just mad
So
because you ain't here, Kurt. That's all. You got to be up there freezing
Actually-
your balls off come winter time.
I actually have a lot of channels.
That's what I've got to work
So
on.
who's got more channels, you or Chris Hardwick?
Me,
Ryan says, nah, I say me.
I have more than Chris Hardwick.
Well, unless you got like 32, I don't think you got more than him.
Yeah, well, I guess
He's
that's for
pushing
me
like
and him to compare.
20 something or close to 30 the last I heard. I mean, I don't even see him on anymore. I know he doesn't do the snakes anymore because he got a new job. So it's like super tight with hours and whatnot. So
Well, I mean, I don't know Chris Hardwick like that. I've known him for a long time, like through the chats and stuff. But you know what I mean? Give me an hour, I'll have 3 times more than him. But how many does he have that's actually doing well? You know what I mean? How many does he have that's doing well?
You're a chooch.
Yeah.
Get mine all linked together. I got like Facebook. I got, Instagram, Twitter. I just got to get them all linked together and start doing all that. I started finally sitting down on this computer and getting things figured out. So it's in the works.
Come
I
on.
did take some time. But I went to start my Printify and like I could do it on my phone.
what's up, Shauna?
What's up, Shauna? But when I do it on the computer, I can't find a place to download my image. It's frustrating. And then, like, the other day, like, my monetization got taken away, and I couldn't figure out why. I went through the whole process. I ended up having to freaking call YouTube. I got it on a number and called and ended up talking to someone. Like, 45 minutes later, they said, well, it's on the Google AdSense side. You got to call Google. So it accomplished nothing. I called Google. We got it figured out. I got to verify my address. So they're sending me some kind of 6-digit code that they said they sent me that I never got in the first place.
Because you got monetized?
Yeah. So I got to get this 6-digit code and type it in, and it should be good. I guess. I mean, I never got one in the first place. So
I waited like 3 months for mine. I was at the mailbox every day.
Well, I guess that's why
for my first one.
That's why my channel's on hold right now, because I never entered this code, and I'm just like, well, I never freaking got it. So they supposedly sent me another one.
May's got a question. Says, what's y'all's opinion on running lower incubation temperatures, 86 to 87?
I don't breed. Well, I mean, I do.
I mean,
the only thing I've heard is some people say you get more females to males, but I don't know if that's entirely true. I mean, you're really not running much lower. Honestly, you're running what, 1-2 degrees lower?
Up there, more factory, right?
Is that as high as you can get it?
89, 89,
89,
90. No, because some people say if you run it low that you get more female rate out of your clutch, but I don't know if that's a proven study. You know what I mean? If somebody was doing that for 10 years straight, if somebody was doing that for 10 years straight, running lower temperatures and was constantly every clutch getting more females, then I would say I believe it.
Yeah.
Just be prepared to like do day 60, 62. Like, in the breeding, maybe even 63 if you're running temperatures that low. Just don't cut on day 55 running to that low of a temperature. Make sure you at least go to 60.
There's nothing wrong with running lower temp. You're not going to hurt your clutch or anything. You're just going to wait longer for them to hatch.
You're just going to wait a week longer. Yeah, just wait a week longer.
In my opinion, if you want to run it lower, run it lower. See what you're going to get out of it.
I didn't know if that would affect male or female, but that's what I thought. It just take longer by a little bit.
Some people say if you run it lower, you get a more female rate out of it. But that's only what I've heard. I don't know, if you want to test the theory. I mean, if you had a couple incubators, you could probably check that theory, but
don't they say if you mix certain genes of snakes, that kind of just doesn't matter, right? Because you're just gonna get you have some that only produce males, or some that only produce more majority females, based upon certain kind of snakes you breed.
Well, certain reptiles do. Certain reptiles do.
Not sure.
There's certain animals in the wild that in the eggs, the outer ring of the eggs will be more of your females, and the inner ring of the eggs will be all your males. With certain reptiles. So the theory is that people are trying to use this theory to snakes.
Higher temperatures create males Yeah.
Right, and lower temperatures create females, or it was the opposite. Either way, it was opposite. It was more like the outer ring was males, the inner ring was females. It was one of the two.
And you'd have to
But I know
start that
people
from
are
the
trying to
female,
introduce
right?
that and put that theory to ball pythons, more or less, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Apparently, Billy is still getting 50-50 from lowering the temperatures. I know he
Yep.
said something about doing it. So, I mean, he's probably did it in mass quantities, and if he's still getting 50-50, it must not mean much of anything.
Up like
And
this.
I know I know one of Billy's rooms is a room. Like it's a walk-in room. It ain't no incubator, ain't no will banks. It's a walk-in room. It is no
Now, see,
incubator. That is his incubator. One huge room.
What's up,
I would
bro?
say it's more to do with the genetics of the snakes, like Letka and someone else said above, I think it was Macklemore, like with black pastel, you know, there's keeking issues, so low and slow might be better than higher and faster. I would agree with that. It's more of a genetic than a sex thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Marty has. Stand Marty and Miss Kim. Marty has a walk-in incubator. You literally
Yeah,
can just
I mean,
walk in there and put them on a shelf.
go
All you
as
gotta
low as
remember, all you
82.
gotta remember
Dang.
is your door. Your door just has to be sealed so none of that air and humidity get out, and you just
Right.
keep that room just like you're doing your incubator. You just keep it the humidity and the temperature in there, and you're
Right.
fine, man.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
the point of putting it in an incubator, a wine cooler, an old soda cooler, whatever, is you want the door to seal to hold in the heat. That's all you're pretty much doing.
Consistency.
And you're putting a thermostat on. I mean, you know, the fans are still in there running, moving that air around. So as
Right.
long as you got something in there, one little fan and wall fan on one side of the room that just oscillates, man, it'll move the air around in that whole room.
Yep.
Right.
And it'll be fine. I mean, you could do it in a closet. Really, you could take the door off your closet,
Reality,
make sure
yeah.
the door seals tight, and you could put them right in your closet and do the same exact thing.
Yep.
You just gotta, you gotta make sure that room is gonna stay that temperature that you're looking to try to stay. And putting it in a refrigerator, a wine fridge, a Will Banks, a homemade one. As long as that temperature is staying consistent, you're gravy.
Right. What up,
What's up,
Pat?
Patrick?
What up, Pat? Or it could be like the
More
homie there,
questions?
Patrick. You could do paternal and just leave him
Yep.
with the mother, and learn how to do it right. You could fucking make your whole process a lot easier and just
Was
kinda
good
crazy.
seeing the brother Saturday, seeing Pat.
Well,
Yep.
we'll see. If you're down south, I agree that you could probably do that. But,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
here in Florida,
up here, I mean, if it hits the winter, I mean, because you can pretty much keep it warm enough, I feel, in the spring and the fall. But in the winter, when it's like 0 degrees outside and your furnace is running nonstop, I mean, I don't know if that. I don't know. I think that area in my room, anyways, that little area, I don't think would. I mean, their cool side sometimes gets down to like 60 degrees.
you would definitely more or less have to make that room more of an ambient room than it is like running hot spots, more or less. You can still run your hot spot, but I would feel like you would still want that room to be more ambient or close to ambient temp for everything to work out to be a great process. Of course, I don't know. I haven't done it. I know it can be a tricky process. I know there's some tricks to the trade of it, so I'll leave it for the homies that do it and are successfully with it. Because I know Pat killed it. I went over there and saw some shit. I was like, man, that's fucking awesome. Some of those shit.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, hell yeah.
It's a great experience. It's just like the shit he would tell me how the mom would sit there and watch him cut open the eggs, and like she would just be sitting there and she trusted him. You could just tell the connection there with everything. It's an awesome experience. Period.
What up, Don?
It's different than just pulling eggs from a female, put them in an incubator and cut them open. It's actually showing love to that animal, and that animal knows that you're there to help it, and etc.
One of my snakes, when I pulled the eggs from her, even though they were slugs, she laid 4 slugs this year, but she still just ain't the same snake. She looks down. You know what I mean? She just sits there. I mean, I take her out, make sure she's all right. She feels all right. There's nothing in her. She's eating. She's pooping. But just her demeanor is just like, you took my kids, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so there is some attachment I feel with these snakes. There is personality traits. There's
Fred and AJ, what up, fam?
FNA, what up, buddies? Yeah, but there is definitely attitudes and happy moments and stuff. These things do have personalities, 100%. They're just like your dog.
Yep. So Ryan, back to you, man. So anything hot new animals you want to pick up for the future to kind of show, or what you got in mind for the future of animals for your quest?
I want to get into breeding. I want to get into breeding some monitors,
Oh,
um,
nice.
a few
I did one.
snakes, um, and honestly, that's probably about it. I mean, I've had the what do they say, the blessing to be around a lot of exotic animals. So honestly, in a weird way, I kind of want to regain everything I've ever experienced. So
Right.
there's gonna be a lot of mammals, hopefully in the future, later in life. Right now, I'm in the realm of reptiles, so I'm gonna try to obtain what I can when I can, and see what can fund what where, and just keep growing, doing my thing. But
Right.
You've also experienced a lot with
yeah,
monkeys and
that's
certain
probably
type of
about it.
cats. What kind of cats were those that you usually you had with the family?
A lot of big cats. I played with a lot of clouded leopards, um, other cats I can't mention, and yeah, I've played with. I'm here in Florida. We have a lot of laws over here when it comes to animals. So I played with stuff a lot of people couldn't play with here.
Right.
But I'm sorry to be that weird conversation here on a live, but
You also had the monkeys. So what kind of
but
monkeys were those that you used to mess with, or you still do
Monkeys are
I,
actually
cool.
have them in the
I mess
family?
a lot around with tamarins.
The
Those
tamarins.
are real cool. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, those are real cool. And some other monkeys. But back to what I was just saying.
Right.
Uh, but
Are they
yeah. So I get to play with all kinds of stuff. But
are they really as bad as people say they are, like male monkeys?
now monkeys are assholes, bro.
What's up, Jordan?
They're cool, but they're
What's up,
assholes.
Jordan? All right, 'cause that's what the word is on the street. That like, these
Yeah,
things they're very dominant. Well, not on the street. Just like if you talk to people that deal with monkeys, like the males like try to prove dominance, and they'll throw poop at you, amongst other things. I mean,
yeah.
is
I mean,
all
you know
that
how it
really true?
varies. So like, yeah, yeah, it is. And it's funny seeing the smaller ones try to do that shit because they're standing in front of a giant. You know what I mean? But
Right. That's cool, Snake. It's always a good thing.
yeah, so,
Those tamarins are like
yeah.
wicked looking. I remember when we went to the zoo and you're like, yo, those are the ones. I was like, those look fucking wicked,
Bro,
But they're
my
kind of
grandma
cool.
had a fucking tamarin, bro. If she can have a tamarin, anybody can have a tamarin. And that tamarin was, I truly think it was a smart ass. I couldn't
Yeah.
hear it, I couldn't understand it, but I believe that bitch was a smart ass.
Right.
Monkeys
Well, you
are
can train a
crazy
monkey.
smart. They
You can
used
train a monkey to do
very-
just about anything.
Well, they used to train them. I don't know if they still do. They used to train them for paraplegics, capuchin monkeys, and those things
Capuchins,
are
yeah.
Capuchin.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
those things are unbelievably smart, bro. Like,
Capuchin.
run the microwave, go get your soda, take the cap off the soda bottle for you before he even hands it to you, bro. Like, stupid smart. They watch you do something
Yeah,
and they sit there and stare at you, and then they
Mimic
learn
it.
it like that. Like, if it watches you
yeah,
open up that soda bottle, I guarantee you within that day, he'll have that bottle open. No matter how tight you turn the top on it, he's going to get it off.
yeah.
I like
Monkeys
monkeys
are cool,
too.
man. Monkeys are cool. Monkeys are different, though. You know what I mean? Like when you play around an animal, I don't know if you've ever thought of it, but you're like, if you ever get the chance to start playing around with your animals and animals you get to be around, just be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Let's see what this does, and then do it to the next animal. I'm gonna do this, and let's see what this does. I'm gonna do the same thing, and then you do it to the next animal, and you're like, damn, all these three motherfuckers did it different. And then when you get around something more intelligent or something that's more of like, like a predator, like a bigger cat, and see how they react to what you did, you're like, oh, dude. You start looking at them. It's like being around, dude. You can feel the energy in the air. You're like, oh, dude, I am not King Dingaling right now.
Right.
This is not going to go in my favor if shit goes south.
I mean, yeah, certain types
It's
of
so
cats
cool.
and stuff.
So what are you saying? Don't wipe your
But
shoes
yeah, I
down
mean,
with some fish oil before you go
cats
in?
and big monkeys, man. Some of them monkeys, dude. I mean, I don't know how you feel
Yeah,
at your age, but some of them motherfuckers, bro. Even the little ones. Did you imagine that? Them motherfucker, dude. I've had some monkeys. I was like, dude, thank God you didn't just sit on my shoulders on my way out. You don't have that big of a fist. That would have made me huff and puff.
Yeah, well, they got capuchins. They get what, like 18 inches, almost 2 feet tall. I mean,
Yeah, they're probably 2 foot, maybe just a little over when you're standing up.
think about a little 2-foot angry person, like skinny, wiry, angry person coming at you. That don't mind biting the shit out of you.
Yeah, but think about 2 foot person that was strong as a 6, 8 foot angry person, but that was only 2 foot.
Really, they're that strong. They're that strong.
Dude, that capuchin, that little full grown
Yeah,
capuchin,
dude, that little fucking
will rip your face off, bro. Will rip your face off. So when they used to train and prepare collegiates, they would wait.
What's up, Mitzi?
You could get one. So if you had a license, they send it to you. You keep it for 4 years. You got to make sure it goes to the vet. You got to make sure it's always bathed. You got to make sure it wears a diaper, or you're going to be eating shit, or shit will be all over the house. But they train them, and then 4 years later, you send them back, and what they do is they actually yank out their teeth. Because if you don't, and they give it to someone who's in a wheelchair, and that thing goes ballistic, well, that person in the wheelchair's survival is none.
Helpless.
So they do pull their teeth out. Not saying that their arms and legs ain't just as strong, because they are. And if they want something, they take it, bro. Even a little baby monkey, you think you got your hands on it? They want it, bro. They taking it. They are strong, man.
Like
When you see Planet of the Apes, that ain't no joke.
And then
Those
wrap
things are
it
about as
around
strong as
the
those.
collarbone and take your thumb and your index finger and wrap it around their neck. That motherfucker was just like 360 onto your wrist, teabag the back of your wrist, and then just run up your arm.
What's up, Mitzi?
I don't know.
You ain't hold me down. You ain't got me.
Because I mean,
don't know
like,
what
you
I
don't want to
said
be
to
an
him,
asshole
but
that
sorry.
chokes one out. And then you don't want to deal
Right.
with the trainer and the monkey that you just choked out.
I'm sorry.
That's like
I didn't realize they was that strong at all.
That's like my mom
They're
with her
just-
African
they-
gray.
they
I
just
used to walk
function
in the house
differently,
and it
bro.
tripped me out how smart that bird was. The conversations that she would sit there with this bird and just have, I'm like, is this really happening right now? But it does. It will trip you out. That's of it. You're dealing with a whole different species of animal, you know.
Nice, man.
It really does.
You could probably pick out the heck clowns too, because they'll be brighter. What depends what genes get out. It's banana GHI that could darken it. You get 2 maybe, but you could test for it as well. Anyways, we got about 10 minutes left, a little over 10 minutes, and we asked this question to everyone. So, what superpower would you have if you could have a superpower? Well, he's thinking. Or froze. I think he froze.
You lagging, Ryan?
Am I first?
Yeah, you're first.
I'm first.
You're on first
The
base.
only one
Okay.
the question is for.
Yeah, you're the only one.
So, all right. A superpower. That's tough, man, because I watch a lot of comic books and stuff. So,
There's a lot of good ones out there.
well, I mean, like, if I don't know if that question was structured differently, maybe. But if it came to like superpower, I have to think about like what already exists. So I guess
Well, you
from
can make up one.
what already exists, I guess to read minds. That way, I could figure out how to talk and explain things to people when they
Right.
were questioning.
You always you always know what people think of you. You know what I mean? There's no secrets in your world, so that would be pretty cool.
I mean, no secrets would be nice, and I'm real chill. So like, if I could just see what other people are thinking, I probably wouldn't hang out in a place. You know what I mean? Like to where I could negatively take advantage of that. I'd probably hang out like I'd probably go to like a reptile show or like an animal con or something, and just tell people as I walk past. I just be like, hey, you know why they look like that? It's so this happened. You know, and they just keep moving or
You'd fuck
something
with
like
them.
that.
You'd fuck with them like that.
Yeah. But
That'd
other
be
than
funny.
that, yeah, no. I yeah. But if I could,
I mean,
if I could wish anything,
you know what
yeah,
they're
I just
thinking. You
wanna
can
wish
kind of talk your
something.
way into anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could, but it'd feel unnatural to them unless they had that personality to where they could just be like, all right, this guy's not a creep no more somehow. You know what I mean? He read my mind, so I'm just gonna let it roll now. So, oh, you sound so smart.
You could be the new Miss Cleo. You can make like millions off of it because you're actually right. Call me up of mine.
Yeah.
I tell you what's up.
You just join every like game show, and then you just go walking out like with 30,000, 50,000.
I'd want to help others, bro. I want to read minds so I could do like what I just said and then go anywhere. I can go anywhere, dude. I could hit up, whatever, just sad, poor areas or whatever the case may be. Go play basketball with people, go do this, and then just start bringing up conversation to bring up said topic I thought that they were thinking about and help them. You know what I mean? I'd use it in a positive way. I wouldn't use it in a negative way.
What's up, poor
If
dad's
I
home
did, it was
crazy?
because I wanted to
What up,
get in the
dude?
front of the line. That way I
Right.
could pay for
Turn
my
them blue.
groceries and go.
Oh, I'm on it.
Turn them blue.
I'm on it.
Good turns bad, so you're gonna use it something negative somewhere down the road.
Said,
Yeah,
man, my
and
dad's gone crazy.
Crazy.
So let me pay for my groceries so I can get back to what I was doing.
You can tell the cashier, like, oh no, that'd be more like making their mind.
Now I tell the person at the front of the line thinking about it. They're thinking about popcorn. Popcorn, aisle 12. There's one left. Go, go, go. All right. Let me take your place. Pay for my shit and go.
Look what Kurt just said.
Yeah, I heard somebody earlier. Yep, I got him. Yep, he's down. Yep, I got him. Yep.
Well, communication is good on that game.
Yep, he's down. Yep, he's down. Yep, I got him.
Yep.
How many kills did I have at the end of the game? How many kills did I have at the end of the game? 6. Really? That's it?
Bullshit.
Yep, that was it. That was you. That was you, Justin.
I thought
That was
there
you.
more than 6.
That was you. No, bro. I watched the whole.
Nah. 6 kills. That's why I said.
No, you
I
haven't.
mean, how do you?
No, you had 6.
Way more than 6
What up, Eric?
So you guys
You
asked
had
me.
6. Bro had 13.
No,
You
Ro
guys
didn't
asked
know.
me a
He
few
said,
questions.
I think you had 6. He didn't know. Like,
Yeah, you probably had 4.
You guys only asked me.
you got it
questions
figured out. I know you got it figured out over there. I know you got it figured
I
out.
don't have it
Touchy.
figured out.
Touchy,
About-
touchy.
I ain't got it figured out.
I'm the one that's winning most of them and finishing last. Right?
Oh, shit.
I do see Kurt dropping like flies over there, though. He dead like every 25 seconds. He's looking for that respawn.
Hey, so can I ask y'all a question?
Sure.
So y'all have asked me a few questions about live feedings and stuff like that. About
Right.
my pets. Do you think in the future there'll be a place for people to want to start like I did?
They're still doing it.
They're still doing it, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
not
still
really
doing
though.
it.
You know what I mean?
Justin
Not-
from My Animal House don't stop, bro. Every day.
Well, I
Every
know
day.
he don't stop.
All
I
right.
know he don't stop. But like,
Well, then other people are gonna do it too,
but
bro.
new people, you're talking about the kids that are worried about getting dressed in front of others in the gym class. You're talking about people that just got their first animal. You're talking about people that just could afford this. That's worried about all the videos they've been watching. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you
Well,
guys
school
are,
ain't like it used
are
to be either.
trailblazing.
They don't teach anybody anything anymore either. They let technology teach them. Here's your pad. Here's your phone. Here's your classwork. That's not teaching
But
kids
all of
anymore,
us-
bro. They're not teaching kids anymore, bro. Period. They're not.
All of everyone's gonna watch. So like, when it comes to scientists, who was it? Who was a retard? Who did they say was a retard? Some scientist. Einstein, Edison.
Yeah,
Who was it?
let's say it was Einstein.
All right, let's create a mental and physical block for him. Does
Tesla
he do
was a
what
nut.
we need him to do? Let's create a roadblock for him. Does he create and do what we need him to do? Mentally and physically. Let's create a mental and physical roadblock for him. Does he create what we need? We
Yeah, of
wouldn't know
course.
it, right, back then, but he wouldn't create it. So let's create roadblocks for other people trying to get in. So is it always going to be live feedings, or are we going to start policing it properly? Is my question. Like, are we going to be like, all right, well, this motherfucker's weird, like
It's
real
more
weird.
sicko. It's more the sicko that like gets derived over the situation, not actually
Well, right.
showing what
I
happens
mean,
in life
right,
and
right.
how it's
But like,
supposed to be.
remember,
Like, hey Nick, I gotta feed my snake. I gotta feed my monitor. It's gonna fucking
as
eat it, you know.
yeah,
But like people, then you got that sicko that doesn't like look at how he smashed and crushed his fuck. Like, come on now,
They
you don't have to go
celebrate
in
it.
depth with it. You know,
I mean,
you don't
I
have
think
to go in depth. Like if you feel that way, that's cool. Keep it to yourself. But you don't, because you have people that are gonna take that so fucking wrong, and you shouldn't be that
well,
way.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I
But
think
like,
we do.
there comes a point where it's if Rover deserves a Scooby snack and praise when he rolls over and sits, or gets that quail, or gets that rabbit, why doesn't Bartholomew, my reptile, deserve praise? Whatever type of reptile it is, when he doesn't get hurt and he takes down his prey. If he is a sicko, like when you're saying sicko, so like I know what you mean. You're picking up on it. But when you say a comment like that on live, you're not teaching the viewer to mentally pick up on what's a fucking retard and what's a weirdo and what's not. You're like, no praise. Praise is not allowed. No good. No good job. No thank God. No thank God he didn't get bit in the eye.
All
Thank God
right.
he didn't get bit in the nose again because he probably would have got infection this time. You're portraying and saying certain things that other people are going to see and take to heart. So what do we do then? And what do you see for the future? Do
This
people
is this is
like me
also
exist in the future?
this is also the other problem with it though that I try to tell you, Ryan, is like you have a lot of people that are sheltered people that don't understand in wild that these things happen. So even when they see someone that's just sitting there teaching and
Yeah,
like, hey, look, this is how actually an animal eats, and this is what I have to feed it. They still think that's
yeah,
wrong because they physically
yeah,
in their heads don't know in the wild that like these things actually happen, or if they do know about it, they don't want to think about it nor see it. So they take everything into a negative perspective of it all. So
yeah.
you have to look at it as that.
Look,
Like you got a lot of sheltered
look,
people that aren't outside people. Like a lot of us are. Like I'll go herping. I'm sure you would go herping. I'm sure Kim would go herping. I'm sure Sam would go herping. Some of these people won't go herping and they don't want
yeah,
to see that type of stuff and don't know this type of stuff is actually out there. Like, how many times I've been in a show and watched somebody ask, "Can I feed my ball python vegetables?" And it's like, are you fucking stupid or retarded? You know, but in the day,
yeah,
it's
I know,
just people don't know these things, and people think that everything can just survive
I
off of
know,
this or that. You know,
I know. But
it
those people, though, Justin. So you know what I mean. If me and you tomorrow become 16 standing side by side and we walk into class saying, hey, look what we can do. We figured it out last night. We're spinning a basketball finger on our finger and we can spin it for 5 minutes straight. Teacher doesn't give a shit. And they want you to go sit down. Those are those people in the comments you're talking.
well, that's
But
what I'm
if we
trying
go
to tell
to a
you. Is
gym class and then someone wants to post videos in the gym class, aka the reptile community, and then they get shut down by people in their own niche, via basketball because they're trying to be the
my thing is, even if you're doing the right thing, you're
Harlem
gonna get hate.
Globetrotters instead of making free throws and trying to play a good game like the coach wants.
Even if you're doing the right thing, bro, you're gonna
Oh,
get hate.
that's true.
That's what
But
I'm
it
trying to
sucks coming from people,
explain. You're gonna
and it
get hate
sucks.
regardless.
It
You're gonna
sucks.
get hate.
I know, but I'm saying hate exists more now than it used to. So that's why I'm asking the question. Hate exists more now than it used to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Before it was the
Definitely.
people you're talking about. Before it was the people who didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Now it's the people that know. They flick a live. They flick 10 lives. They have 100 snakes. They're feeding 20 live. they're feeding, whatever the math is, 80 dead frozen thawed that they took fucking 30 minutes, an hour out of their day to get done what they needed to get done. Who cares? I don't care. I'm not bashing them. It is what it is.
Haters
They
gonna
fed 20
hate.
live. And that one guy, and they fed 20. They could have recorded 20, but Joe Schmo, who recorded one, barely said anything bad outside the natural realm besides "Good job, Rover. Now sit and roll over. Here's a Scooby snack."
Get that
And
shit.
then they posted that video, and there's a lot of people that'll really tear someone down. And then that guy that posted that video 10 years later would probably never be the same person. He would probably have 300 snake collection and try to be, what he considers, a breeder without, trying to veer away from it. Me, I stepped away from it all completely because it just got crazy fast and they brought my kids into it. I don't think kids belong into it. So how do you train the future viewers and the future viewers and the future creators to judge this so-called, what is it, taboo, I guess, thing?
We have to think about our image because, if we could betray a good image to someone that don't do this, then maybe some of these laws could back off and, we won't have to face these stupid regulations in Florida, even like you guys down there. Maybe some of these laws would back off. If we could convince like just a normal person that, hey, this is what we do, and you might not have to show everything. I feed live, but I choose not to show, what happens because I don't praise it. And I get your side of saying, why shouldn't they be praised because they didn't get hurt? They did it right. Because that's a part of it as well. Yeah. If your snake grabs that thing wrong, you know how many times I've taken a pair of tweezers and grabbed that rat's ear or mouth or something and pulled it away because one had it wrapped around the bottom. You kind of that don't need to be showed.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
And that don't need to be.
I'm worried about the guy that's not as intelligent.
Wait, you just said that don't need to be showed. That to me needs to be showed. You need to be
exactly. I get that.
Show somebody that,
but he's worried.
This is what you got to do
about the image. Right, the image to keep
the image, but the image
to maintain growth.
It's not an image,
an opportunity.
That's what everybody else is letting you guys want to fucking believe and put in your own head is an image. You be your fucking self. You know right from wrong. As long as you're doing right and not doing wrong.
Yeah, well, maybe
say shit. And what people say, and this is my big thing, you can't let what other people say affect you. You cannot.
No, you got not podcast,
whatever,
and not podcast. If you're podcasting,
did you ever go anywhere and deal with anything? How many shows did you walk to and ever deal with anybody coming up to you? Never once. Never.
Green
once.
Guns, what's up? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, they threaten you over social media like fucking pussies, but they're not gonna sit there and come to you as a person. I don't know. It's a point where you gotta be like, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, like, fuck, I'll show a live feeding me feeding my steak tomorrow. I won't get. You want to hate? You're gonna hate. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm feeding my animal. I'm doing what I think is right. I don't know. There's to a point that like I hate it. How like that's what it is. It's like people want to like tell you you're wrong and then make you think that you have to worry about your own image now. Like that's fucked up. Now you're letting.
Well, that's what we have to do.
And tell them that you have to control your own image. No, the fuck you don't. No, you don't.
All right.
But why do you, Ken? Why do you think you have to do that? Out of curiosity.
All right. Well, because I just don't want to hate. I don't want the drama. I don't want the hate.
So you're trying to avoid it. So it's not we have to do it. It's you don't want to have to do it.
I don't want to do. I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to criticize anyone for doing it. I probably did it myself. I probably did it myself, but I'm not just going to put it out there because I just don't want any kind of negativity coming my way at all. I would just ignore it to begin with.
Or sap if they watch this far in this video.
Told you not to do it, and you still did it, right? You told them, fuck.
You're damn right.
You still okay. That's why. That's what I'm saying. You're still being yourself, bro. You're still being yourself. At the end of the day, like,
right.
But I mean, I do. Imagine if the only clip created out of this live was your comment.
We all know wrong from right. We know what's right to do, and we know what's wrong to do. So, and as long as you're doing what's right and not doing what's wrong, what the fuck is wrong with what you're doing?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. I would just choose not to show the dirty side of it. I mean, because of the backlash. I mean, because of the horror stories that, you know, you hear about Ryan getting his kids threatened and stuff like that. Like, see, if someone would threaten my kids, I would be finding that person's fucking address and going to knock on that door. Because that don't fly with me. Like, somebody threatened my brother's dog over some girl he met in the bar. And I was like, dude, give me his address and number. Like, my brother's like, no, because I don't want you to get in trouble. Because he damn well knew. I was going to fucking take a ride to Wilkes-Barre Scranton, knock on this dude's door, and say, you're threatening my brother's dog? Seriously? Threaten me, motherfucker. I mean, I'm half crippled and got no ligaments in my ankle, and I still go fucking nuts. I just, no. I mean, I have to, I have to keep away from it because I would snap. I would snap on a motherfucker.
I understand what you're trying to avoid, but like, you know, like if anybody, an individual like you, try to avoid it, it is what it is.
Right. I just don't think it hurts to watch your image anyways.
If a clip be created from this live and like other people kept speaking like this, then the community you're in would only expect people to be accepted if blank, blank, and blank were fulfilled. If you did not fill in these and then, you know, showed you were like this type of person,
absolutely,
but in DMs of group chats, you were this person, you know, like, doesn't that, I would find that to make someone feel fake. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that that's you. I'm not saying that's anybody on this panel. But I'm saying, like, someone's going to watch this. Someone very impressionable is going to watch this. Multiple people, hundreds of people are going to watch this randomly throughout your life as long as you don't delete it from the internet. And they're going to sit there and be like, you know, this guy sitting there at that top left-hand corner of the screen, he's been pretty fucking smart, I think. He said this. I want nothing to do with it. And I feel like, you know what, from this point on, if anybody else has anything to do with it, I don't want to be friends. From the vibe I got from that one video, because the algorithm couldn't feed me no more of him. From the vibe I got from that one video, from my introduction to this hobby, if I take what he said to heart, fuck everybody else. That would suck for a lot of other people, especially if that kept growing, because that'd be a wildfire.
They have to listen to the whole thing, because I also said that these are the things that I do. I just don't choose to show them because I don't want the drama and I'm worried about image.
I know, but you and I have watched the news plenty of times. We're kind of older, so we all know what gets clipped and what gets shown. But I mean, like if you get shown for saying this, what does that say? And then if everybody else before you either never get shown or you get shown for saying this, but everybody else is saying pretty much the same thing, then I feel like that's kind of shitty onto everybody else. You know, like
if someone makes a video of me, if someone makes a video of me and put it up, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Thank you. You know, like, you want to make videos of me? You want to make videos of me? Wow, thanks. I mean, good, bad, ugly. I'm already ugly, so good or bad, whatever. You know, I don't care.
Hey,
do what you want. Okay. You can't hurt my feelings.
He's taking that ugly and running with it, boy.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I'm just saying, like, what does that do for that impressionable being? We're all intelligent. We're all older. We have life experience. But what does that do for someone who's not happy with who they are and they're trying to fit in? What happens? What does that do for other people?
Well, then maybe they got to really do some soul searching and find out who the fuck they are. Because if they, you know, they don't know who they are. If they want to sit there and let some kind of little statement like that, like, deflect, you know, their whole personality, then you need to grow up.
Well, they're not grown up yet, probably. But if they are, you're right. Soul searching probably isn't the question. But I said impressionable people, some young people. But I'm just, You know what I mean? Because I started watching videos before I created videos, and I was younger.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
always watched animal videos when I was younger, and I kind of like, but when I was watching videos, this kind of stuff was never a topic. And then I started doing my thing, and then a year or two later, me and my kids were getting threatened. So
That's just a shame.
whatever.
That's just a shame.
It is a shame, but you know what I mean. You're either providing semen to keep it breeding, or what you're doing is you're talking differently to trying to shed away. Make it acceptable to do and be you, as long as you're not a fucking weirdo, like you guys keep saying. But when you just gotta watch what you say, I guess.
I do
what I
what's
mean?
necessary for my animals to thrive. I mean, that's what it boils down to. If it's taking
I'm
a
not trying to
pair,
get you to say anything. I'm
no,
not trying
I'm
to
just
get you to
saying,
say anything.
if it's taking a pair
Right.
of 18-inch long hemostats and grabbing that rat's mouth and pulling it away from my snake because it don't got it wrapped, that's what I do. Is it fun? No. It fucking sucks. It sucks ass. It is not a good experience, especially when it takes like 5 damn minutes and your snake won't wrap itself back around it to make it quicker. Like, it is not fun. It
Use
makes
ASFs. You don't have that problem if you use ASFs.
it almost
Just
made me
saying.
want to stop doing this, like, because of
Just
one
saying,
instance.
if you use ASFs, they don't bite onto your snakes like a Norwegian does. I'm just saying, because I feed live, so I'm just saying, I
right?
want to put that out there. They ain't
They
gonna do
will,
nothing
but
to your
not-
nothing
not-
compared to a Nori, bro.
Yeah,
Nothing compared to a Norwegian. Trust me
But
on
I'm
that.
sure you can get it here and there, but it's not gonna fuck your snake up or anything.
No. No.
Have you seen some of these pictures out there of these snakes all chewed the heck up from rats?
That's called hungry rats, and that's called misneglect on your breeding.
First stream.
And at the end of the day, I could leave an ASF in a bin for damn near 2 days and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I left one in there for 2 days. It hit. It was.
It's nothing gonna happen. It's called poor feeding on your rat collection. It's called misneglect on your rat collection, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I don't know. Don't throw a hungry fucking rat in there. That's how I put it.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I get it. Some people do have accidents. They actually forget that they put a rat in there. Then that's an accident. That's something completely fucking different. But like if somebody puts a rat in there and leaves it for 24 hours and they're like, oh wow, it ate half my snake the next day. It's like, well, why was that rat so fucking hungry?
That ain't good nutrition for your snake anyway. It's like your snake's not going to do as good.
So I don't know. There's aspects that I can go on about that too. You can rant and rave about that. And
yeah, we don't need to get on that. We're already over an hour. We don't need to start another new.
Some people will agree, but that's just my opinion on
Nothing,
it.
Nothing new after one here on the Let Me Know show. 1 hour, nothing new comes up. We'll check out the next time. Well, Ryan, we've been over an hour. We're like 15 minutes past. We're gonna wrap things up. We like to go around and give everyone their last thought. So why don't you start us off? What's something that you'd like to shout out to the crowd? Anything, you got, what's going on with you. Just give yourself some shout outs.
Give myself a shout out. I don't really think I deserve one, I guess. But
sure you do.
I'm just Ryan. I've been lingering in the shadows in the reptile community for a long time. Probably you can come up with a reason as to why, but but I definitely love being invited on y'all's show, and I really appreciate it. Live feeding guys, once upon a time live feeding guys. They take a hard hit. But other than that, I wish the best on everybody who decided to stop and show LMK support. And then these 3 guys on the panel, I hope you all show them support for months and years to come. They're 3 awesome dudes. I haven't got to meet Ken yet in person. I can't wait till I meet him. But Justin and Stan, they're some awesome dudes. I'm glad to have met them.
Appreciate you, Ryan.
I really appreciate y'all having me up here.
I'm just a crazy redneck. That's all.
Me too.
That pressure fee, what you got, homie?
And like I tell everybody, keep that head held high. Everything's just a speed bump in the road. As long as you keep that head held high, you just keep trucking. Don't let anything stop you.
Right on. Right on. Brother Stan, what you got, buddy?
You know me, as always. If you guys ain't supporting U.S. ARC, I don't know what y'all doing out
What are
there.
you doing?
Get over
What are
and
you
get
doing?
yourself a membership today. Become a member of U.S. ARC, man. Strengthen numbers. We need everybody. Can't just
Heck
have
yeah.
a few of you. If you got one reptile or you got 5, it's going to benefit you in the end, one way or the other.
Right?
Yep.
So keep
Absolutely.
support U.S. ARC and U.S. ARC Florida. And Ryan, thank you for coming out tonight, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Justin, as always,
Thank
good
y'all.
seeing you, my brother. I appreciate everybody to come out and chat tonight too, man. Kurt,
Yeah.
we see you. We see all you guys out there. Anybody that ain't following somebody in chat, hit up their
Get 'em.
link, follow them, subscribe, hit their notification. Make sure you follow all of us and that
Peace and
on.
love, y'all.
It's all from you, Ken.
Alrighty, guys. This is episode 65 in the wraps. Be kind to everyone. Don't be a dick. I mean, it's just a better way to live life. It's just a better way to live life. If you live life treating people good, people are going to treat you good. Good's just going to come around to everyone. I'd like to take a quick shout out to the sponsors of the show, Static Morse and Area,
Hey,
as you see over there. But other than that, yo, guys, just keep it cool. Don't let your meatloaf. Later.